Let's check in with Emily and all the crew. It's been a busy day.
That's right, Kent. I mean, this started yesterday, and so the ice is continuing to accumulate now. It's dropped back a little bit, but don't let it catch you off guard. I have several viewers reporting that their power is still out. I was looking at the latest OG&E. It's over 200,000 customers reporting power outages. Remember, you can watch us at KFOR.com/live. Let's take a look at our trackers. They've been out since early this morning. And let's start out with the top left. That would be Mark Dillard, who's been out since early this morning and yesterday morning. And, oh, Mark, this is something we don't like to see.
No, you hate to see it. It's bad enough you're losing limbs off your trees and your power's out, but it's even worse when you've damaged your vehicle or maybe even totaled it. In some situations, the damage is so bad, and you're going to have to try to cut it out and see what the real damage looks like. This limb's come down on this car, and it's busted the windshield and done some pretty substantial roof line damage to it. So, who knows? It may be totaled as far as that goes. So you just hate to see it, but that's why we remind folks, especially when we start to get ice accumulating, do not park underneath the fall zone of the tree if you can avoid it, for sure, because this is what can happen. Back to you.
Yeah, and that's a very important reminder, as we're still going to have trees falling down, limbs falling down, and power lines over the next couple of hours, just the sheer weight of all this ice. And also watch out in general for falling ice as we warm up, especially from tall buildings or power lines. You're going to have some falling ice, and that's going to be a real hazard. Okay, let's go to the latest watches and warnings. We're still tracking our ice storm warning. It has been expanded to cover a greater portion of the state. Goes all the way until 1 p.m. tomorrow. I will tell you, though, for OKC, the brunt of it is through about mid-afternoon before hopefully it switches over to just rain. We're looking at the latest viewer picks, and yeah, sadly, the trees are going to go. Look at our positive, though. The silver lining is the immense amount of moisture we've received. A lot of it's frozen, but that's good for drought-stricken areas. It can slowly seep into the soil. This is a radar estimate, and remember, some of this was frozen, so I'd say about 2 to 3 inches of rain, a widespread swath so far, especially along the I-44 corridor, and we're still adding to that. So the latest on our storm scanner, you can see how we still have a lot of pink on here. Most of this is freezing rain. Farther northwest, it's a light sleet, but we have freezing rain over Lawton, traveling up I-44 near Fort Cobb, light freezing rain over Pauls Valley. And for the OKC Metro, let's take it out to our forewarned storm team meteorologist Aaron Brackett in the Interceptor. Aaron.
Yeah, Emily, downtown Oklahoma City right now near the National Memorial, and the survivor tree, as reported earlier in the newscast, a large limb of it has unfortunately fallen off. Quite a bit has fallen off, and if you look at these trees here on the side of the road, I mean, downtown is looking way different. It's transformed. I mean, a lot of these branches can come back, but a lot of them are down and off. And I was just in the Heritage Hills neighborhood, one of many with really large, historic, beautiful old limbs are just crashing left and right. Like Mark Dillard was saying, there's lots of folks that are out walking around trying to assess the damage. You got to look up. You have to look up. There were huge, foot diameter logs basically fall there around. So. And unfortunately, a lot of this tree damage is going to really change the landscape of a lot of these neighborhoods permanently.
Yeah, that's a good point, Aaron. Wow, it's so sad to see, especially when we're thinking about getting ready to put up the Christmas lights, and these trees are looking so sad. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the latest radar. We're still tracking some of that freezing rain all the way up through Guthrie into Hennessy, Shawnee, a little bit of a break here, but light freezing mist, and off to the north, we have freezing drizzle near Medford. Our storm system is not done quite yet. We still have the back edge of this, so this goes all the way into Texas. That still has to move through, and then the back edge of this, that'll finally end when it moves through on Thursday. For the latest on when this moves out and the exact timing for later today and when it switches to rain, let's go to meteorologist John Slater.
All right, Emily, thanks for that great coverage. We have to get these temperatures above freezing. Right now, officially, Will Rogers is still below freezing at 30 degrees, but we are starting to see some pockets of temperatures right here in the metro area right about freezing. So we're gradually heading in the right direction. It's colder north and west, only 20s across western, northwestern Oklahoma. We're way above freezing in southeastern Oklahoma. The freezing line is still pretty far south and east of Oklahoma City, but again, we're starting to get some pockets of temperatures right around freezing here in central Oklahoma. So this was wave number 2 that came in very early this morning with heavy freezing rain and sleet, lightning and thunder, kind of letting up a little bit right now, as Emily was talking about, but it extends all the way down here to San Antonio, Texas. So the moisture continues to flow right up into central Oklahoma today. The main system is still to the west. That gets through here Wednesday and Thursday. That's when things will start to improve, probably after Thursday. So a lot more precip coming in today. Freezing rain, gradually changing to plain old rain, depending upon how warm our temperatures get. Fingers crossed we get to about 33 a little bit later on. But more rain and storms coming in late tonight, tomorrow morning as that main wave comes in. Hopefully we're just above freezing overnight tonight, tomorrow morning. But off to the west, northwest, more frozen precipitation, western, northwestern Oklahoma. Early on Wednesday, here comes that system moving in. High slot trying to come in from the southwest, doesn't quite make it. So more rain continues Wednesday into Thursday. Mainly rain if we're above freezing. Could be some wet snow in the panhandles and far northwestern Oklahoma. Gradually, it pushes away here as we 1 to 3 inches of water, central eastern Oklahoma, even western northwestern Oklahoma, another inch of liquid water content, more icing from the metro to the west, not as much as we've seen, but another maybe quarter or 1/10 of an inch of ice possible, and snow well off to the northwest, the panhandles, far northwestern Oklahoma. Snow out of this. So 33 degrees this afternoon. We're hoping for 33 rain, some freezing rain, 33 overnight tonight. Then plain old rain Wednesday, Thursday, clearing out as we take you into Halloween for trick-or-treating. Temperatures warm up into the 60s and 50s. That is the latest forecast for now. We're right back.